Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy, MidPokeMaster here, and today is week 1 of PMC against my good pal Gray of the LA Valienteis. So, Gray, you should probably know him. He was the commissioner of NSTO, which has now rebranded to the PTO, and he's a really great battler. We've battled like 4 times in our history, and I've never beat him. So I'm really hoping that this time I can beat him, because I feel like I have a really good matchup. He has like 2 switch-ins to Tapu Koko, and I'm really excited for this battle. So if you have made it through this far of the video, which is surprising for most people, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell in the top right corner. So as you can see, my team is Tapu Koko, Zygarde 50%, Nihilego, Serena, Melodic, Uxie, Hitmontop, Escavalier, Paliswine, Alolan Raichu, and Mega Absol. And my Z users are Tapu Koko and Alolan Raichu. And if you want to see me go more in depth in my team, go and watch my draft analysis. It should be the video immediately before this. I'll put a link to it in the description of this video, and you should go watch it. And Gray's team is Zapdos, Tyranitar, Mega Scizor, Slowbro, Dragalge, Minshao, Mudsdale, Chandelure, Sceptile, Slurpuff, and Tauros. He doesn't have the greatest hazard removal. I believe his only way to get rid of hazards is Zapdos and Mega Scizor. His only way to set up hazards is with Tyranitar, with Stealth Rocks, Toxic Spikes Dragalge, and Stealth Rocks Mudsdale, and Stick You Up Slurpuff. But I don't really see Slurpuff, or I can see Dragalge coming. That thing is a big threat against me. So, as you can see, this is his team. His Z users are Minshao and Chandelure. He has a very slow team, which I feel like I can capitalize on because I have a Tapu Koko, so I can just run Modest or Adamant against him. So, as you can see, the team I am bringing. So, I'm going to be starting off with Barky the Mega Absol with Knockoff, Fire Blast, Superpower, and Stone Edge. Knockoff just for reliable stab against most of his team. Fire Blast to kill that Mega Scizor really easily. Superpower for that Tyranitar, and then Stone Edge for the Zapdos. I wanted to run like Sucker Punch, but I didn't know what I could replace because I felt like I needed all these moves. Because Mega Absol isn't really the sweeper this game as it usually will be. It's more of just a good wall breaker kind of deal. So next one I'm bringing is Melodic. It should be named Grace, but I was having trouble nicknaming it in PK Hex. So as you can see, I'm bringing fully physically defensive with Flame Orb, with Scald, Recover, Toxic, and Haze. He has a lot of problems breaking this outside of Zapdos, so he really has to bring Zapdos just to break Melodic this week. Melodic can stall out a lot of his team, especially that Slowbro, because it has no way to get rid of Toxic, and he can't Toxic me if I have the Flame Orb up. So, next one I'm bringing is Tapu Koko. So, Modest with Zap Play, enough speed to outspeed Tauros with Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn, Grass Knot. Grass Knot is there just to hit the Mudsdale. Otherwise, if he didn't have Mudsdale, I probably would have ran like Calm Mind or something like that. Thunderbolt, just because it's a Tapu Koko. His only switch into a Thunderbolt is the Mudsdale, so I can hit everything for around at least 50% with this. Dazzling Gleam for the Tyranitar. I didn't need HP Fire for the Mega Scizor just because Thunderbolt already hits so hard against it, and U-Turn just for that initiative. So, next one I'm bringing is Gizmo the Alolan Raichu with Thunderbolt, Psychic, Hidden Power Fire, and Surf with the Waterium Z. Speed's Tie, Tauros, then Max Special Attack, then I don't know what I put the other 4 AVs into, but they don't really matter. Gizmo just kind of wins this game. I wanted to bring Titanium C with Focus Blast instead of Surf for the not for Mega Tyranitar, for regular Tyranitar, but then I couldn't really hit the Mudsdale, so that's why I brought Waterium Z Surf. It still does a lot to the Tyranitar, but just won't one-shot it like a Titanium Focus Blast. So, next one I'm bringing is Zanguard the Zygarde with Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed, 1000 Arrows, and Hidden Power Fire. If I don't bring him Power Fire, Mega Scizor can just wall me all day. But I figured a Dragon Dance up and he doesn't have a Scarfer like a Scarf Menchow, then this thing just basically wins because I have the most spammable move in the game in 1,000 Arrows. And yeah. So I'm really excited to see Zygarde put in some work this week. And the last one I'm bringing is Pillow Pet, the Piloswine, with Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Icicle Crash, and Toxic. Its main job was just to Stealth Rock and get some Toxics on a few things, take a few hits, that kind of stuff. He has no good way to deal with this Piloswine defensively besides Slowbro, but then I can just Toxic it and it does its job. So, that's my team, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the battle. Peace. And we are back with the battle. So as you can see, he brought the Menchow, Chandelure, Tyranitar, Slowbro, Zapdos, and Mega Scizor. And now, the question of the day is, how do you think I will do this season? Do you think... I'm pretty sure this is like a 10-week season. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's only 10 weeks. Yeah, so it's 10 weeks. So, how do you think I would do this season? Do you think I'm going to go like 0-10, 10-0, 5-5, things like that? So, when I see this, I'm thinking I want to get my Stealth Rocks up right away because that'll chip the Zapdos and Chandelure really fast and gives me chip on things that'll make it easier for me to kill Zygarde. So, I just lead with my Pillow Pet, I can't think of what it's called, Piloswine. So, as you can see, I lead with Pillow Pet, and he leads with his Menchow. So I'm thinking, so here I'm like, he predicted me to get up rocks or just wants a clean U-turn, so I predict him to go for like a U-turn, so I stay in and go for rocks. But he goes for knockoff and gets rid of my Eviolite, which I'm fine with. I got my rocks up. Makes it really easy for me to shut things down. So here I figure he's Choice Scarf, so I just go for, I think it's a Toxic. So I go for Toxic here, but he switches into his Scizor, which shows me that's his default user. So, Stealth Rock. No, I went for Stealth Rock because we had originally disconnected. So I didn't want extra damage on his Mega Scizor or whatever. So, he goes for Roost here because after this Earthquake, it'll put him back at the damage he was at. So, or I'm just being dumb. Okay, so I went for Stealth Rock again. I switch out into my Melodic to take any sort of damage he wants to go for, but he just goes for his Defog, which is perfectly fine with me. I still have my Pillow Pet around, and I get the Flame Orb, so he can knock me off anytime he wants. But he just goes for the U-turn as I go for a Scald, as I believe he goes into his Zapdos. Yep, 2 Zaps, he goes into Zapdos. So, I just go for the Scald. I probably should have clicked Toxic here because there was no way he was staying in. And it does around like 35%, so it shows me he's pretty bulky. As I just switch out because I don't feel like taking damage on this, so I go into Pillow Pet, predicting an electric type move. As he goes for Volt Switch, which really surprised me. I figured he would have U-turn, but it looks like he doesn't have Heat Wave because he would have clicked it on that turn. So I just set up my Stealth Rocks again. Nope, I go for Toxic. So here he goes for U-turn. I predict that, and I think I just go for Earthquake. I go for Earthquake or Icicle Crash. He goes back out into his Menchow as I click Icicle Crash. So as you can see here, it'll do a good chunk. It does over 50%, it does about 75%. And he goes for Drain Punch and he knocks me out. And I was fine with that play. I no longer need a Piloswine. It did what it needed. Partially. So, here, I decided to go into Gizmo because he can't knock me out. If he's Choice Scarf, who cares? So he switched down into his Tyranitar as I click a Surf predicting that to come in. Or did I go for Thunderbolt? I can't remember. I went for Thunderbolt, which does around like 10%, which shows me he's like max HP, max Spadef, Assault Vest. But really, he was like no death. So I was scared of Pursuit, so I just stayed in. And I went for Z-Surf, just wanting to get some damage off. This was a bit of a misplay. I shouldn't have brought in Gizmo right there. I should have just gone for like Tapu Koko or Melodic or Zygarde. And so, you see, I go for a Z-Surf. That should do a lot of damage. It doesn't even bring him down under 50. And he just kills me with the Pursuit here. So at this point, I just know that I can't win this battle. He's already taken down 2 of my great... I took out the wrong one on the format. So here I just go for Zygarde because it's my best way of winning if he doesn't have Ice Punch. So I just go for Dragon Dance. As he brings in Slowbro, which walls this team. Actually, I went for 1,000 Arrows just to kill it. Which does around 25%, which isn't a lot at all. So, I just switch out, and I believe I bring in Melodic. Yes. So, here, he switches out, predicting me to switch, and he goes into his Mega Scizor. He probably predicted me to be Choice Band or something, and thought I wouldn't be able to switch my moves. But here, I just go for a Recover to heal up, as I don't want to let this thing, my Melodic, get too weakened, as it's my only Pokemon left. And he brings in a Zapdos, which I don't have any switch in for. He goes in, so he has the pressure. He doesn't have static. So here goes the Recover. And I can't remember exactly what I do here, but it wasn't good. I believe I switch out and just let my Absol die. If I go into my Zygarde, as he goes for Volt Switch, I believe. Yep, so I just set up a Dragon Dance here because an HP Ice can't kill me with the Yachi Berry. So, I just go for Dragon Dance, wishing I had Crunch right now. Would have made a lot of difference this match. So, I just go for another Dragon Dance, hoping that he doesn't have Ice Beam or he has Scald and doesn't get a burn. But, as you can see, he goes for Toxic, which is not great, but it's better than a Scald Burn. Because now I'm at +2/+2, I outspeed his entire team. And I can just start going for Outrages, or 1,000 Arrows. So I go for 1,000 Arrows here, and it does around 50%, which I can't kill this turn, but here I go for Ice. He goes for Ice Beam, but he only does around 50% because I have the Yachi Berry. And he can't freeze me because of the Toxic. So here I just go for another 1,000 Arrows because it'll do close to killing, and anything he goes into doesn't want to take it. So I go for 1,000 Arrows here as he goes into his Mega Scizor. Almost kills it, but not quite. So I know he's going to have Bullet Punch, but Extreme Speed wouldn't have done anything. It wouldn't have helped. So I just went for 1,000 Arrows just in case. But nope, he has Bullet Punch, and he just kills my Zygarde. So I'm just thinking worst case scenario at this point. I want to get 6-0'd. So I just go my Tapu Koko and just start clicking Thunderbolt. Is the best thing I can do. So Tapu Koko, it takes a Bullet Punch, does around 50%. As I go for Thunderbolt, and this Mega Scizor is now dead. So at least it's not a complete 6-0. That's what I got super pumped over. Here he brings in Tyranitar, and I knew Pursuit couldn't kill me, so I just go for U-turn here. I can't kill this thing. I go for U-turn. And I'm just going to go into my Mega Absol, hoping maybe he goes for a Pursuit or Crunch. Or hoping he misses like a, a Stone Edge. But nope, he goes for Stone Edge, and he just straight up kills. Which isn't surprising. He doesn't straight up kill, but the Sandstorm kills me. So, here I just go into Melodic. Just wanting to get a Scald Burn on something. If he switches out. So he switches out and goes into his Slowbro. I go Scald. hoping not to get a burn. And I get the burn, and I was like, that just lost me the game even more. Because the only way I can kill this now is with my Tapu Koko, but I can't switch directly in on it. And I'm just looking and I'm thinking, Scarf Chandelure just wins to this game. So I just go for another Scald. As he goes for a Scald. You can see he does nothing. Not much he can do against me. So here I believe I go for a Recover or a Top or a Scald. I can't remember which exactly. But he switches out, which really shocked me. He goes into his Zapdos. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. As I go for my Recover. And I believe this turn, I just stay in and Scald. As he goes, I think I go for a Toxic Act. Nope, I go for a Scald next turn, I believe. As he Volt Switches into his Chandelure. So, this Zapdos finally got to get a kill. Well, not even a kill, just got to do something. So he goes into his Tyranitar and lets Melodic kill it, just straight up. With the Toxic, and then the Toxic doesn't kill it, I believe. But I just go for a Recover here to get as much HP back as possible. Now that Sandstorm's gone, and he has to rely on a Stone Edge hitting. So I go for a Recover. So I'm back up to pretty high health. But then he hits a Stone Edge. And now he's dead. I'm at about half health. So there's not much longevity left in this thing when Chandelure and Zapdos just kill it. So here, he just goes into a Chandelure. I'm thinking, Scarf Shadow Ball just wins him the game here. But I see, he's a Calm Mind variant, and that just blew my mind. He could have just thrown, he should have just gone to Zapdos in my opinion. But instead, he goes for Calm Mind as I go for a Recover. And so I can live a hit now. And just go for a Scald and hope for like a big crit or whatever. But here, he goes for Ghost EMZ Shadow Ball, and that just straight up kills me. We talked after the game, and he said that's the first time he's ever seen a Melodic die in one hit. It blew his mind, apparently. So you see, Never Ending Nightmare just straight up destroys me. Such a cool animation, though, so I can't be too mad. So Melodic is dead, and now I only have Tapu Koko left, and I can't kill it after the Calm Mind. So I just go Tapu Koko, I go Thunderbolt, and I know this is the end of the game here, so I go for Thunderbolt, and I get the Para. And he gets full paralyzed this turn. So I was thinking, yes, I only lose by -3. Hallelujah. So I killed the Chandelure, and so now it's 1v3. And he goes into his Menchao. I'm just thinking, Scarf Poison Jab just also wins him the game here. But he doesn't have the Poison Jab. He goes for U-turn just to... That's his best way to win this. So I just go for more Thunderbolts here. As he goes into his Slowbro. Slowbro ain't taking a Thunderbolt. Wrong thing. Bye-bye, Slowbro. He goes back into his Menchao after this and goes for U-turn. And he goes for another U-turn because he still can't kill me. But after this U-turn, he guaranteed killed me after the next one. If he would have got like 2 low rolls the first time, I had a chance to live. But I kill Zapdos here with the Thunderbolt, I believe. Nobody cares about pressures, 2 zaps. Bye-bye Zapdos. And as you see here, he brings out his Menchao. And it's a roll depending on how much attack investment he has. So, I'm just hoping that I'll win here. And he goes for Drain Punch. And that wins him the game. And Gray is now 1-0 and I'm 0-1. So it was a great match against a great friend. He's a great battler. I'm excited to fight him in PTL this season. Unfortunately, I couldn't win my week 1 match in PMC, so thank you all for watching. Like I said before, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want notifications whenever I upload, click the little bell in the top right corner, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.